Hey, so glad to be here. I'm hoping, oh good, it's still going on. I'm so glad to be here. So glad to be with you. It's been way too long. I love this time of day. I'm bent over like this because we brought the wrong mic stand. So sometimes when you got a lot of stuff to use, it happens like that. But who cares? Who cares, right? My name is Reverend Bobby. I'm the senior minister here at Namaste. We have a lot of folks here that are going to be participating in today's service. And all that we ask, so I'm just going to remind you, we ask that you keep your mic, your mask on. The only people that are going to take their mask off are folks up here speaking. However, I noticed one of my friends back there took it off to sip something. Please do that. It's okay to do that. It's okay to take a sip of your water, whatever that is. Your wine, your beer. I don't know what you people brought. There's a flask in the crowd somewhere, I'm sure of it. But let's just say I'm really grateful to be here today, really grateful to be part of this community. So we'll go ahead and get our service started with Chuck and Valerie.
Good evening, Namaste. I'm just going to read our affirmation. So I just invite you to just take that in. There are no obstructions in my pathway of mind. The mistakes of yesterday are behind, and the future beckons with promise. God is where I am, and God will always be within me. The hand of God will never lose mine, nor will it let me go. The lightning mind of God tells me good can be before me. I handle each doubt as it appears and declare it to be the peace. I walk in peace to my selected good. I am pushed from behind and tugged from ahead by spirit as I am led by true guidance. I walk in faith. And Chuck, I'll let you light our candles. Would you like me to do that? One. It's a group effort.
Hey, Valerie, did you put your mask on, one of you? Sorry.
Can you put around the microphone? Sure.
Good afternoon, namaste. It's a pleasure being with you today. I would like to do an invocation for us. So if we could all
Just speak right into it. Go right up.
if we can all just take a nice deep breath and allow ourselves to turn within and become in alignment with that divine presence within our being. And as we acknowledge and align with this one presence of spirit indwelling each of us, let us know that right where we are, that infinite presence, that infinite power, that infinite source of all good, of all life, and of all love is present. It is that presence that indwells each of us continuously at all times and in all ways, blessing us as we move through each and every day, each and every experience, supporting us and moving through all of life experiences with ease and grace. I know that this divine presence of spirit, it blesses our service today and blesses each of us as we come together to celebrate that oneness of life within one another. I know that all is unfolding for the highest and the very best here and now, and continues to be so. And for this, I'm so deeply grateful, and so it is. Well, I would like to just to share a few words about this year's holiday events in my own life. I find it, even though the season has been, and when I say the season, I'm talking about the annual season of COVID from March onward. It has been quite an interesting experience. And I find that as we approach the end of 2020, that Spirit has supported me in so many miraculous ways throughout the year, which I am so deeply grateful. And because I know that I have been sheltered most of the year with very limited exposure to people that I really truly care about and really love, my family and my close friends with Namaste and other areas of my life, that I feel at this time of the year that I am especially blessed to be here with all of you in the park on what seems to be more like a summer day than a winter day. So I just want to extend my love and my heartfelt gratitude to each and everyone here in the park and those who are viewing the video, because you mean so much to me. And I want to wish you all a happy holiday season and a very glorious, happy, healthy New Year. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello, everybody. Namaste in the park. Can't do music in the park yet, so we're still here, but we're here with you today, and we're so glad to be. Holy Mother by Eric Clapton. Holy Mother, where are you? Tonight I feel broken in two. I've seen the stars fall from the sky. Holy Mother, can't keep from crying. Oh, I need your help this time to get me through this lonely night. Tell me please which way to turn. By myself again. Holy Mother, hear my prayer. Somehow I know you're still there. Send me please some peace of mind. Take away this pain. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait any longer. I can't wait. I can't my hands can no longer play, my voice is still a fade away. Holy Mother, there I'll be, lying safe within your arms.
Good afternoon, everybody. And at this time, I'd like to read our statement in who we are. Please join me if you know it by heart. Who we are. I honor that place in you, which is the entire universe dwells. I honor that place in you, which love, truth, light, and peace. When you are in that place in you, and you in that place in me, we recognize that we are one. Namaste. So how do I do this? I learned the practical science of mind tools and practice in the loving, connective, and vibrant community to reveal power and to change my life. I awaken, I realize, transform, and repeat. Our power statements. We are a thriving, dynamic, spiritual community. We are Namaste. Hashtag this works. So coming up in the next couple weeks, I'd like to remind everybody that you can find all our announcements and everything that's going on our website. And on Thursday morning, December 31st, we are having World Healing Peace Meditation. And this is going to be done with us and also with Downey CSL. So sign up through our website. And this, once again, Thursday morning, December 31st, 4 a.m. our time. And remember, you can always connect with us daily at 7 a.m. for a meditation. And now I'd like to bring up our next speaker.
Hello, namaste. Welcome, welcome. I want to talk to you about Wednesday night service that's coming up this Thursday. Wednesday night service this Wednesday. It's going to be special. We're going to celebrate Kwanzaa. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Kwanzaa principles, I want to share them with you. Umoja, which is unity. Kuji Chagulia, which is self-determination. Ujima, collective work responsibility. Ujama, cooperative economics. Nia, purpose. Kuumba, creativity. And Imani, faith. So we're going to talk about those principles that reside within each and every one of us. And we have an amazing speaker and educator, Jailani Ham. He's a PhD from UCLA, and he is so fun, and it's going to be very interactive. So please join us this Wednesday from 7 to 8:30, and you can go to the website to register. Thank you.
Hello. All swallowed in the coast, with scarves of red tied round their throats. to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. Then I turn round and there you go. And Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in summertime. I was following the pack, all swallowed in the coast, with scarves of red tied round their throats to keep their little hands from falling in the snow. Then I turned round and there you go. And Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in summertime.
Woo! Thank you, Kong. Beautiful. I love that song. Well, hello again. I'm Reverend Veronica, and Reverend Bobby asked us what was a figure or person that was special to us during this Christmas season, and
You got to speak closer.
and without fail, I think I'm going to go ahead and pick it up there. Give me one moment. There we go. And the first person that came to mind was Jesus. Yes, I was born and raised a Mexican Catholic, and that was the practice during this time of the year. It was a celebration. The reason for the season was Jesus and the birth and his birthday being December 25th. And why that was special to me, because as a child, we had a tradition of setting up the nativity scene and with the three kings, and the cradle where Jesus would lie would be empty. That was our practice of our family. It would be empty because Jesus was not born yet. And as a child, not understanding the whole picture, it was kind of mysterious. Where's Jesus? And so kind of like, where's Waldo at first? Where is he? Anybody see? So now I understand that, and then at Christmas Eve, Jesus would show up into the manger. And it was such a big deal for our family. And as a child, I might not have known what was going on, but I could feel what was going on. I could feel the celebration that was going on within our family, and it was special. It was really special. And then we would continue with the rosary and midnight mass, and that was our family tradition, celebrating Jesus. And why that's important is because the Christ consciousness resides within each and every one of us. It is present at all times. And the symbolism of this Christmas time is to remind us that it's being reborn. It's being reborn within us, that prophet, that Christ consciousness, as we tap into it during this Christmas season. And that's why I chose Jesus, because Jesus tells us that we could do what he did. And not only can we do what he did, this and so much more. This and so much more. I like that promise. I like that promise. And that's why the Christ consciousness is so special. The Christ consciousness is so important to me. And what does Ernest Holmes have to say about the Christ consciousness? In The Living Science of Mind, it says, Please make sure that the voice of the prophet within does not go unheard or unheeded. Let us right now be still and listen as the Son of God within us proclaims the glory of the kingdom. Let this kingdom be real to us in a very practical way. Let us know right now that we are established in the kingdom of health. We are established in the kingdom of happiness, and we are established in the kingdom of wholeness because we are established in the kingdom of God. I love that quote. Remembering that the voice of the prophet, Jesus, resides within us. And our job or our practice or our play is to be still and know. And I will close with, oh, come all ye faithful, joyful, and triumphant. Come and behold Jesus, the prophet that resides within. Thank you so much. And now I am so excited to introduce Reverend Carol, who's going to share about her favorite character of Christmas.
Safety first. Hi, namaste. Hello, everyone. Hey, my holy hero that I decided to talk about today is Saint Grinch. And why I picked Saint Grinch is because I value growth. I value opportunity to transcend. I value healing, pain stories. And so I know for me, I know some people who are kind of grinchy, and I can be at times too. And let's describe that for some people who might not be that familiar with the Grinch. This is someone who's angry. This is someone with a pain story from his childhood. This is someone who's rude and grouchy and a thief. He's mean, he's spiteful, he's hurtful. He's a little extreme in this movie. But there's also another side of him. He's creative, and he's smart, and he's strong. He can lift a whole sled of toys over a cliff and then stop it from going over the cliff himself and his teeny tiny little dog. And at moments, he's cute. So the lesson for me about the Grinch comes from the idea that there isn't anyone who can take the qualities of God away from us. They can take the toys, they can take the tree, they can take the gifts, but they cannot take your peace. Nobody has the power to take away your peace, your love, your joy, your comfort. And as the littlest Who in Whoville, with the biggest heart, said to the Grinch, "You can take our stuff, but you can't take Christmas away." And so another practical side to the Grinch that I really appreciate is the fact that I myself, this is personal to me, I myself have thought of some brainy idea that will cause a huge impact for someone or something or people. And then to my surprise, it's landed into a huge lesson for me only. I don't know if that's happened to you, but that happens to me a lot. So I really get to stay in my own lane. I really get to stay in my own lane because my thoughts about you are really still my thoughts. And so it's important to me to know that I can have thoughts about other people, but the power thoughts are really going to fly back to me. So the Grinch, he started out with a very small heart. He called it 2 sizes too small. Where in us are we carrying a closed heart for someone, for something, someone we need to forgive, someone we need some growth? And by the end of the movie, when he realizes that all this love is present for him. Even after all that he did, he's still lovable. His heart grew 3 sizes too big. So what a beautiful thing, what a beautiful way to spend the holidays, by growing our hearts, because nobody can take your spiritual peace. There was a Buddhist monk who was interviewed, and he was held captive for many years. And the interviewer asked him, "Were you ever in any danger?" And he said, "Oh, yes." And the interviewer said, "Well, were you in danger when you were being tortured?" And he said, "No. The times that I was in danger were the times that I became angry." He said, danger is described in Tibetan Buddhism not as taking personal freedom away, but by surrendering spiritual peace. So I'm inviting all of us in this season that can trigger many childhood unhealed stories to run or hide and not be in the center of the healing moment. So I'm asking all of us to just grow our hearts today to be open to kindness to self, because what I know from the work that I do is that people can forgive other people way easier than they can ever let it go for themselves. So whatever your healing needs, whatever is pressing or activated like a Grinch type situation in your life, please know that God's peace within you can never be stolen, taken, or compromised. That your peace and your love and your joy is untouchable by others. That you are the center of that, and you get to control the dial of what and where that goes. So this Cindy Lou Who, she's so adorable. What touched me in this one specific version of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas that I watched was that she asked Santa to help her mother, who was a single mom and works too hard. That was on her Christmas list. That was what she was asking for. And so from the littlest heart, the littlest person showed the biggest love, the most thoughtful, kind, amazing qualities of God that were bursting from her. And then she was the one who said to the Grinch at the end, "Grinch, you've been alone too long. Why don't you come over for dinner?" So he took everything away from them, and she was the one with the most forgiveness. And so he came over to dinner with their family, and it was so much love pouring out to him that it grew his heart 3 times bigger. So this holiday season, with so much love, I invite all of us to stay in spiritual peace, because your spiritual peace is your earthly power. We need it now. We need it here. And we need to hold on to our power. So Merry Christmas to all of you. Much love to all of you. And please know how powerful you are, especially where love is. Namaste.
Well, namaste. First of all, there's something you may or may not know about our 2 new ministers here at Namaste. One is they're both frontline. Reverend Veronica is a nurse in Torrance. She's a charge nurse that's over a COVID ward. And so she's on the front line every day, and she's a minister. So seriously, she's a hero. Reverend Carol, although I don't know if she said this, but she is a chaplain at a hospital in Ventura. So she's also on the front line doing amazing work that you can't even explain at this time. But they are truly 2 unique, courageous, amazing people. And I want to thank Carol for bringing the Lysol. Oh, it's great. So I chose Santa Claus.
Yay!
I know. You know, Santa Claus is my favorite. Both, Santa Claus was a real person, became a little bit mythical, but always has been a mystic in so many ways. He was and always has been a gift bringer, a protector. He was a protector of children and sailors in the beginning when he first came to be. The legend of Santa Claus can be traced back 2 years as a monk, and his name was, does anybody know what Santa Claus's name is? Saint Nicholas. What else? Kris Kringle, thank you very much. He was born sometime around 280 AD in Patara, which is near Myra in modern-day Turkey. Did you know that?
No.
Now, I had this question that was just kind of burning, and I asked Janine, because Janine knows everything, my wife. She knows everything. And I asked her, I said, okay, well, you know, how did Santa Claus come to live in the North Pole? She didn't know the answer to that. I'm still shocked about it. But Santa Claus changed over time, but Santa Claus has been so many things to so many countries and not necessarily associated with the idea of Jesus. Not necessarily with Santa Claus, just a Christian belief. In fact, what was interesting, at some point in the evolution of Santa, Santa joined what was called the Christkind. And this was in Holland. And the Christkind meant like a saint. And he was a bishop or some kind of monk in, yes, the Catholic Church. But Santa went along and determined whether children were good or bad. The Christkind could not do that. He gave the dirty work to Santa. Now, there's a lot of stories around what Santa was, and his first sort of showing up in the Americas was in the 1800s. And as he showed up in the Americas, what started to change was the character you see today was not the character that first showed up. He was not in red. He did not live at the North Pole. He didn't have a Mrs. Claus, by the way, and his name wasn't even Santa Claus, but Santa Claus came from Sinterklaas, which is Holland. And he became a saint in Holland, and what was really interesting is Saint Nicholas was celebrated for years, even during a time, it was called the early Reformation, in which you weren't allowed to celebrate saints. People still celebrated Saint Nicholas, of all the saints. I find that so interesting. So why did I pick Santa Claus? One, I still believe in Santa Claus, and for you that don't talk to me. Because I don't want to know why you don't believe. I actually believe in Santa Claus. As a child, I found a lot of peace through the beauty that was Santa Claus. And I found that peace with Santa Claus because it felt like the idea of Santa Claus, and I was thinking about this week as I was considering what I wanted to say, the idea of Santa Claus brings me to that place of awe that someone is so generous. Someone gives so much and plans all year to do it on that one night. As children, and by the way, my sister and niece and her boyfriend are in the back. Go ahead and wave. As children, Santa Claus coming was a big deal because we lived in the middle of nowhere. So I often wondered how Santa found us, by the way, because, yeah, he's really smart for sure. I wondered how Santa found us. And I thought, at least at the holiday season, I felt really special because Santa cared about what I wanted. Isn't it amazing when someone cares about what you want? And so every year we'd go and we'd sit in Santa's lap and we'd tell Santa what we wanted. And those presents show up on Christmas morning. But one Christmas was really kind of special for me, and I think that's what sort of nailed it for me in Santa. I was sitting outside, it was Christmas Eve, It was dark outside, and I was sitting out there, and I was looking up at the sky, and where we lived, you could see stars, millions of stars, because there were no lights in our town, except one street light. It might have been on our street. And as I looked up, I saw Santa Claus shooting across the sky.
Awesome.
I know. And I thought, oh my gosh, Santa Claus is coming to my town, and I better get my butt in gear before Santa makes it here. And I remember Santa landing on our roof one year. Do you remember that, Tangi? He landed on our roof, and my parents said, you better get to sleep, which was all a fake story right then, right there. But what was interesting is Santa Claus, which I believe lives in all of us, reminds us of the giving and receiving nature of the universe. He's a perfect representation of it. He gives without concern. He gives without thinking of cost. He gives without thinking of if it's difficult. He just does it. He doesn't have that filter of what life may or may not be. He has this really amazing capacity to see the good. Now, I believe that naughty list doesn't really exist, by the way. That was just my parents' idea, and I'm sure you all had those parents too. There's no such thing as naughty, is there? There's only this idea each one of us were created in the image and likeness that is God, that we all have peace that resides within us. We all have that special something about us that when we are our own representation of this mystic that we call Santa Claus. Over this last week, Janine and I were able to actually go and be with Chris Schreiber, if Chris is listening, and her parents. And what I noticed about that experience was that I saw Chris Schreiber give to her parents like Santa Claus, with no care, no concern. And I know each one, if you've taken care of a parent or you've given to your family members, you just give. You give from that heart space. Ray, I saw that when you went back to take care of your father during his surgery and moving your parents and the experience you went through there. Each one of us have had that experience where we've taken care without care. Without care. Janine and I did that with my grandmother and her mother. It's where you have that experience of just taking care. And I know the same is true for our ministers, Veronica and Carol, as they do what they do. There's a courage to care, because in that courage to care, or that courage in caring, we don't think about whether and what is received or not. We just do it. We just be it. And right now, in this time, that courage to care and that courage to give asks us to do just a little bit more, just to be a little bit more, and to really stay, how can I give and care that's uniquely me? What I am so grateful about the idea of Santa Claus is, one, did you know that Santa Claus, yes, and I know you know this because you've seen the movie, that what branch of the American government still recognizes Santa Claus? The post office. And for those of you that don't believe me, write a letter and send it to Santa Claus and see what happens. Because Santa Claus exists. He or she exists in the heart of each one of us. And for something to exist for so long with its essence intact, which is the giving nature. So one of the things I wanted to share with you is something that Ernest Holmes said in his 365, and then I'm going to close. So I just want you for a moment to just close your eyes. And as Valerie would ask you to do, put your hand on your heart. I walk this day as a divine creation. Nothing in me can confuse, for God alone is the center of my thinking. My divinity is obvious. My peace blesses all. Life flows easily, and all things work together for good. Radiating peace, I am a blessing to all and a problem to none. A warm welcome awaits me where'er I go. Joy greets me in every face, and creation appears everywhere. I see nothing but peace as I look into the people around me. They too are centered and grounded in the one universal order and harmony in God. Sensing the eternal good, my friends join with me in silently acknowledging it. We are all one mind now, and together we bring peace to all who are hurt and confused. This is my job today. So on behalf of Namaste, our ministers and our practitioners, I just want to wish you the happiest of holidays. As we have now, I think tonight is tonight the last night of Hanukkah, or was the 18th, Joyce? 18th, do you know? 18th. As we close on Hanukkah, as we come up to the day that is Christmas, as Kwanzaa approaches, we get to honor winter solstice is tomorrow night, the darkest day of the whole year. The Christmas star shows tomorrow night, and it hasn't for 2,000 years. Don't miss that. Be in awe. Give care and give compassion and give love. And in that, I say thank you for coming to the park today. Just know that you are loved. And if you're new, we invite you to join us again online as we go online again next Sunday. So at this time, we have a few things ready for you. So here's a couple things I want you to think about. I'm going to get them ready for you, Carol. Okay. We are going to light candles, but I'm kind of thinking it's still a little too bright. You feeling that? Yeah, so we're going to wait a few minutes. So we're going to bring Carol up before that. But when Carol does the chamber of prayer, because we're going to do conscious giving in just a moment, when Carol does the chamber of prayer, she's going to do what's called a chamber of prayer. We're going to invite the practitioners to stand all around the room, including the practitioners who are in training. We have 4 practitioners who just completed term 1. And if you're here, just raise your hand. Thank you, Debbie Ann, Lisa in the back, and Paula and Jackie. So here's what we do. Sean, go ahead and you grab the basket. This is our time of conscious giving. And we put that there. If you already give online, just take your gift, whatever it is, and just place your hand on your heart, as we know that energy flows from that place and space. We thank you. We thank you for being part of this community and for being part of it in a way that is yours. We support you as family would. Maybe not the family I grew up with, but we support you as the family that we came here to be. We know that God is. We know that we are. And we know that all is well right here and right now. And in this giving that we give, which is our time, treasure, and talent, we just bless this. So if you'd like to give your gift at any point during tonight, you could just put it in the basket at any point during the evening that's left. And we just bless this offering, knowing that it is good and very good. And in doing so, what we say at the close, which is, and so it is, amen. So is Kong there? Can he hear me? Can you hear me, Kong?
I can.
So we're not going to do Silent Night yet. We're not going to do Silent Night, so just hold off until I let you know, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So now we're going to do a chamber of prayer, but first I'd like to ask practitioners who are here in the park with us if you can stand and come over as close as safety will allow. We will form a little half circle over here. And practitioners that are live streaming, please stand and join us if you are called to do that. We're going to do what's called a chamber prayer. And what that means is that the ministers and the practitioners all speak our words out loud. And it's really powerful to hear multiple voices at once speaking a prayer. And we know wherever two or more are gathered, there's just power in numbers and there's power in voices. And so we are going to speak our words out loud. Some of us might have our hands out. Some of us might have them to receive or to give. But we are surrounding you in light, and we are surrounding you with prayer, and you will be able to hear it, multiple voices at the same time, and it's pretty cool. So are there any questions out there that you just want to yell out, and we'll see if I can remember without writing them down, and we can include them? Anybody? Nikki's mom. Yes. Jill? What is her? June. Nikki's mom, June. Yes. Any other personal ones? We're going to do a general one for the world too, but anyone? Yes, Janine. Your brother and his family. Okay. Yes. Oh, so sorry. Your nephew who passed away recently. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, Denise. Oh dear. Okay. Thank you. Anyone else?
A friend of mine,
Yes.
Tony
Terry.
Ortiz.
Tony Ortiz.
My friend Celia and her family, her brother was just diagnosed with cancer. Vicky and her family.
Yes.
And my cousin and her husband were both going through cancer together.
Terry.
You mentioned it.
Yes. Janine. Okay. Okay. Anyone else? I know there's a lot of need right now, and our love makes a difference. So just holding someone in our heart and blessing them with your love is a prayer that is heard and felt and seen. So two more, yeah.
Our two brothers.
Okay, two brothers. Reverend Bobby's two brothers. Candace, are your hands up to? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. So, practitioners and ministers, are we ready? All right. Speak your word now, as loud as you can, because there's a lot of need. And so, dear God, we come to you this day with so much love, and that I know that you are the perfect healing. You are the into the body and the mind and the spirit. You are perfect health. You are present with all of the family members who are experiencing being positive for COVID, asymptomatic, or other having the hard symptoms, that you are right there. You're healing, you're loving, you're guiding, and that they feel you present with them. And for the accident that just happened, that we are knowing that that is a call to prayer, that it is just such an important moment for that family to know that we are just circling them with love right now. And that the family members Nikki and Chris and all the names that were mentioned already that I can't remember in this moment, but I remember them in my heart, that they are feeling relief in this moment now, that they are healing and they are whole and they are perfect in God right now, and that we don't get to know what the healing looks like, but we do get to trust the healing. And so we just bless them in their journey. We hope for time to go quickly and for all the love and support to be tended to for their unique and major needs right now. So we just send them a blast of namaste love right now. And the cancer call for prayer, that we know life is happening without even COVID being an extra happening. So we bless them in their journey, and we know that there are gifts along the way, and that there is so much light that they are standing in and walking around, and that God works through the nurses and the doctors and the people who love them, and that there is so much love for them right now, and that is healing in and of itself. And for everyone else that was called out, Bobby's brothers, and sobriety for Denise's brother and or sister, and everyone else that has a calling in their heart or a worry or concern, that God is with you in your concern as well. God is holding you and carrying you and moving you to deeper trust as healing occurs. And that goodness comes out of everything, even the worst of circumstances. We don't get to see the gifts that are coming out of the difficulty. We get to trust them. We don't get to create them, but we get to trust them. And so our love pours out to everyone and every request that was summoned in this park today, knowing how powerful we are for healing, knowing that we stand for love and only love, and knowing that our words spoken out loud are powerful. And so I gratefully and lovingly release this chamber of prayer into the divine majesty of the law that just unfolds in healing and light and grace, always. And so with a heart that's full, I just say, thank you, God, thank you, thank you, thank you, God. And so it is, amen.
So if this mic doesn't work after tonight, we know why. Smells good.
Hey, we're back.
Okay, hold on there, Calm. Just one moment. I'm going to get you going here. How many of you have your little glow sticks? Okay, go ahead and get them out. Joe, can you hold me? Oh, you're so good. So good. You can still hear me? So we were thinking, how do we do a candlelight service when we're not supposed to engage, right? So how'd you get two? I only got one. Oh. So this is what we came up, and I'm just going to give the credit to the idea, which was Tangi, my sister, who said, why don't you use glow sticks? Because she just has that kind of creative mind. Thank you. Oh, great. So does anybody not have a glow stick? Okay, does anybody want two before we go? All right. So practitioners, keep holding the space here. Oh, the park looks so beautiful. We've got the sun just about to set. So while it may not be dark, this is better than walking to your car in the dark. Don't you agree? So here's what I'm going to do. Kong is on.
Yes, I am.
So Kong,
Hello.
in just
Hey,
a
Miguel.
moment, I'm going to have. Oh, hey, Miguel.
For the
See, I
record,
can see him.
we don't have glow sticks. For the record.
Oh no.
Valerie.
Tell him that his speaker glows.
Go ahead and hold up something that glows.
Tell him that the speaker glows.
Oh, the speaker
He's glowing
glows.
right here.
You are glowing right here, Kong and
we go.
Miguel. So
You
here's
can
what
see
we're going
me.
to do. I can see. Yes, I can see you. So here's what we're going to do. Oh my goodness, here comes a go-kart. So I get to play with that sound. Any moment the ice cream man's going to come by too. And maybe the freeway might just show up in a huge way. Let me just let him pass because I think he's going to go hit the river. All right, so let me give you some instructions. You ready? So I'm going to ask from Stella and Valerie over. I'm going to ask you, when I mention motion to you, I'm going to ask you to break, okay? Now the center is going to be from Joyce over to Debbie Ann and anyone in line with Debbie Ann right here, okay? And then over on this side, Denise, I'm going to put your family over here, okay? So everyone, this one is going to be, so you guys are number 3, you're number 2, and you're number 1, okay? All right, Kong, let's do a little silent night. Oh, wait, sorry, Kong, Ray has a question.
You did it.
Hold on.
Pull it. Oh. Keep going. You feel like you're gonna break it. Like, make it happen.
Sorry about that, Kong.
No worries at all. Ready to
Try
rock
not
and
to
roll.
break it in half. All right, let's go. Silent night. Now, you can hum. You can hum to Silent Night today, okay? You ready? Thank you, Kong.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glory stream from heaven afar, heavenly hosts sing hallelujah, Christ the Savior is born, Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth.
So where can you have Silent Night and a hole-in-one all at the same time? Oh, and the ice cream man is here. Did you ever think ministry would be like this? Yeah. Couldn't have called this one. Not in a million years. Glow sticks for candles, folks. This is what we get to do. We get to just step in and dogs poop. Well, dogs poop in the park, so I mean, they just do that. No, so it is. We're gonna actually, Kong, why don't you go ahead and do one day for us real quick? And what I'm going to
Sure.
ask is that our practitioners and ministers just walk around and say hello at 6 feet apart while he does one day. How's that? One day,
All
with
right.
right song.
Sometimes I lay under the moon and I thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Oh, oh. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood-drenched pavement, keep on moving through the water, stay raging. In this maze you could lose your way, your way. And it might drive you crazy, but don't let it phase you, no way, no way. 'Cause sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. One day this all will change, treat people all the same. Stop with the violence and down with the hate. One day we'll all be free and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom like way oh, way oh, way oh, 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 oh. Sing it wherever you are. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day.
Speak. Try not to take this down, because they'll be going on.
Hello, namaste. Once we get started, it's hard to stop us, isn't it? That's awesome. It's so good to see you in person, that's for sure. Okay, so I want to close with our, can you hear me okay? Okay, awesome. I want to close with our benediction, and we're going to do it from a call and response. So I'm going to say it, and then you'll repeat after me. And I want you, once again, we're going to place our hand on our heart, and we're going to tune into gratitude. Take this moment right now. Place your hand on your heart And find that place of gratitude within, this gratitude that we have for this time that we are sharing together. Whatever is coming to your mind right now that you're grateful for. Yes, gratitude. And from this place of gratitude, I'm going to read the sentence and then you'll repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Yes. It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Say this part with meaning. Life is all that I am.
Life is all that I am.
Life is all that we are.
Life is all that we are.
I accept it.
I accept it.
I am it.
I am it.
I share it with all.
I share it with all.
Just the way it appears.
Just the way it appears.
And just the way it appears not.
And just the way it appears not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
And so it is.
So it is.
All right.
What a great team.
Well,
All right, Colin, what are you guys doing over there?
We're doing good.
What are you doing
We're having
over
a good time. We're having a good time. We just ordered some glow sticks from Amazon. They should be here any minute. I'm just kidding. Sorry. Just having a good time.
You are glowing, Kong, and Miguel's glowing behind you like a halo.
Oh, it's because of you guys. You bring so
So
much joy
Kong's
to
going
us.
to take us to the last song. So go ahead and again, just hum or do whatever it is you like to do. Go ahead, Kong.
So this is Christmas. What have you done? Another year over, and a new one just begun. And so this is Christmas. I hope you have fun. The near and the dear one, the old and the young. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. So this is Christmas, for weak and for strong, for rich and for poor one. The war is so long, and so happy Christmas, for black and for white, for yellow and red ones. Let's stop all the fight. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope for a good one without any fear. Thank you, namaste. We love you from Miguel and myself.
freeze?
I think so. Everything froze. If you can see us, we can't see you. All right. Thank you, Namaste. Oh, I see the park. The park is moving.
Are we still live? I guess we are.
Well, who knows?
I mean, it says live.
Cool. Hasta la vista, everybody.
Hasta lasagna. Don't get any on ya.